Yo, welcome to another banging episode of Africa Rising. Today we're speaking about Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism. See, Pan-Africanism, man, I would like to think that I don't know, I don't know how. Money, maybe it's money, maybe, but I can't see myself figuring out how these artists and celebrities and keep pushing your Western brands, and it's obviously got to do with money, right? So how do you, as a person who's now a multimillionaire, right? You've really got money. So it's not about a money issue. Obviously, it's not money. It can't be money, man. You come from Africa, right? And you've got all these African brands trying to break out and become hits, and you know what I'm saying? And you still keep pushing these Western brands. How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like it's a travesty of justice when you have African artists pushing Western brands, you know, and yet the Western artists are not pushing African brands. Do you not see that as African artists? Do you know what I mean? Do you not see that as African celebrities? So yes, I know it's about the money. If you're just starting out and you desperately need the money, then I kind of like understand that if you're in it for the money. If you're not making money from a profession and you're trying to make money from the brands, maybe I'll get it in the beginning, right? Because it's all about the money. But once you've got the money, dude, come on now. I mean, if you're getting like you're a musician, you're already making 50,000 rand, right? Which is equivalent to about what? I don't know, about maybe what, about 500, $700 a week. Man, that's more than enough that you could eat for a week. So you're not doing it for the money. You're just doing it for clout. You're just bragging on for money, and you really just don't need that extra money. You can put brands on. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's a simple thing of, let us go back. Let us look at the continent first. Let's look at our cultures. Let's look at our race. Let's look at our countries. Let's look at things that matter the most other than money. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know we need to make money now. You know what I'm saying? But is it all about the money? Are you sure it's all about the money? Because when you die, you're only going to leave your money. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being, what's your legacy going to be? The money? No. What are you doing with the money? What are you promoting? What are you doing? You know what I mean? So, your legacy. We got to think of what's bigger than money. And surely, money is just a tool. Money isn't the be all and end all of everything. It doesn't work like that. Money is a tool to get from A to B to get to things that you want and all that kind of things. So we do get that, right? But when you get artists that are now pushing brands for money, for me, I feel like it's a form of selling out after you've made the money. So it's not about the money, clearly. So then what are you doing it for? You get it? If you're getting into the game and you're first doing it for money, I can understand because you really need the money. And then local brands approach you, they don't give you the most money, but they're giving you something on top of the other money that you're making on the weekends. Then clearly I'd choose the local brand over the international brand. You know what I mean? But the international brands are bringing more money to you, so you're going to chase the bigger money over the smaller money, which would kind of like make sense if you're just starting out, is what I'm saying. But as soon as you have a platform and you know that you can put the local brands on, why would you deny them that? You know what I'm saying? If you help a local brand grow, maybe you could become a partner in their brand. As their brand grows, you could become bigger. If you're just chasing the $1 million check now, right, you could lose that contract now as well. That's the end of that. But if you partner with a local brand and you brought value to their brand, you could buy into the brand. The chances of you buying into a local brand as a partner is way more than you buying into an international brand, which I doubt they'd allow you to do. You know what I'm saying? Not that they wouldn't allow you, but look at Kanye West, for example. He had a deal with, what is it, Adidas? Adidas? Yeah? He had a deal with Adidas, and what did they do? They ended the partnership, right? So, what are the chances of that happening with a local brand? 0 to none, depending if you bring in value to the thing, right? So that is what I'm saying. You see, like, so I liked the LL Cool J element of what he did. You know what I mean? LL Cool J partnered with Fubu. He became the Fubu man. He became the Fubu brand. He bought into it. And that's the model we should be looking at. You know what I mean? But we're getting people that are just hungry for the bag, just chasing the bag, the quick bag, the easy bag, the that bag. And then when those contacts end, they're sitting high and dry. You know what I mean? And then local brands don't want to mess with them because they don't mess with the local brands at the beginning. You get what I mean? So at the end of the day, we have to look at the reasons why things are happening, why things are not moving in the way they're supposed to be moving. And yes, you could possibly say things are not, local brands don't have the money, local brands don't represent what they represent, or local brands just are not on par what they want to do. But that's the reason why you were there, to help shape the local brands. And if you want to work with me, this is what you need to do to get on par with me, because that's what they need. And you show them the ropes. That's what it's all about. Collaboration. You know what I mean? So if you don't collaborate with your own people and you don't collaborate with the international brands, I look at it like you are selling out. So if you're selling out, for me just means that there is no room for you and I to play in the same space. So if you want to play there, then please don't represent us. Move over there, do everything you want over there, and then when they do kick you out, don't come back over here and start claiming Africa. You know what I mean? So this goes to show, like, um, I have to say, I'm gonna call her out, but I actually don't like. Okay, like Doja Cat, right? Doja Cat has never even called out South Africa. She never gave a shout out to South Africa. She never done nothing about South Africa. But when she got interrogated for her racist remarks, she was like, "No, I can't be racist because I'm half South African. I'm half that and half that." Dude, you never once called out. You never once sent a shout out to South Africa. So all of a sudden now you're South African. Now you're half South African. Dude, really now? That is what, from her point of view, I call that cultural appropriation. You know what I mean? Because you only call out your culture or your country when you need to. You know what I mean? When you're backed into a corner, now you want to know, oh yeah, I'm half African, I'm half African. The whole time when you sing American, you don't do anything African, you don't do nothing about your other half, you only just focus on the one half that you are, you know what I mean? Hopefully that incident, and hopefully after meeting her father, it now changes perspective and her music and her intellect and everything like that. So I know it's just a topic for another day, but these are artists that I'm talking about, you know. So she's an international artist. Hopefully she can influence African brands, bring African brands at least half. You know what I'm saying? And she can always focus on the American side of things. I don't have a problem with that, you know what I mean? But I have a problem with artists just focusing on Western brands and yet they're fully African. Dude, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Can we please stop focusing on the money? Now that we have crypto, now that we have a free currency, now that we have that, can we stop focusing on the dollar and focus on things that really matter, that bring value to the continent, rather than just bringing money to your pocket? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm the one who's not seeing things the way the world is supposed to be seen. Maybe I'm the one who talks too much. Maybe I'm the one who's, I don't know, lost in translation or not moving with the times, because really, I really just want to see the continent move and grow and progress in an African way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see the continent grow and progress in a European or Western way, because for me, I just feel like there's a reason why we call it Africa, right? So I feel like when the Europeans come on an excursion or on a holiday or whatever, you see, like the safari, right? Imagine imagine Africa being one big modern safari. So it's like how the Europeans took and pillaged Africa of its resources to advance their interests, right? We can also take their resources or their ideas or their technologies and advance African interests. You know what I mean? So instead of us building a brick a brick hotel, for example, you know what I mean? The one that looks like something like the Bellagio or like something in Vegas or something like that, right? We build an African styled, I don't know, like a Zulu kind of a thingy, that, you know what I'm saying, that looks, I don't know, better this world with modern technology. And for me, that would end everything. With the modern technology, plus the heart, plus whatever it is, then when they come to visit, it doesn't look like they're replicating where they're coming from, but more like they're going into Africa. Because when you leave Africa and you go to Europe or America, it's like almost like not even having left Africa. And then when you go from America or Europe coming to Africa, it's like, then they even wonder into themselves, like, dude, but this looks just like Holland, or this looks just like New York or LA. So why did we even bother? We could have just better stay there, just the language difference. Maybe the billboards look different. It's minute detail.